Hello, my name is Samuel and welcome to Bedford Consulting's Spotlight video on finance for CPG in Anaplan. Anaplan is the connected planning platform, and you can see here on this single report how we can get an overview of all of the key information across the entire organisation. And in this report that is viewable on mobile devices such as tablets or mobile phones, as well as laptops or desktops, we can see a breakdown of product category, and here we can see that revenue breakdown showing us our food revenue, beverage revenue, clothes revenue or household revenue. And we can see an annual revenue by region breakdown over here when we look at our North America, Europe, Asia and South America revenue. With a focus on strategic top-down target setting, we can set those targets from our higher levels, in this case our regions, and we can input an uplift for a basis on prior year, so a 7% uplift on the prior year sales, and that can be then allocated down to the countries. And we can look at a more granular bottom-up approach as we start to look at our price book, and now within those higher product categories that we were looking at before, we can go down to lower levels of granularity. For example, within food, we maybe look at fruit and veg, meat and fish, dairy, eggs and chilled, and so on. Again, setting uplifts for the prior year basis and the future year target, we're able to make our inputs here by percentage growth or by pound override or currency override, depending on where you are, to drive our unit sales price. In terms of our sales volumes, we can look at our demand planning, which is where we start to look at that connected planning approach, in that we combine the S&OP function or supply chain management function with the finance function as we start to leverage Anaplan's predictive analytics capabilities. This will drive our baseline statistical forecast, as we can see here, and we can then overlay that with our demand planner forecast as we input any risks and opportunities. For example, maybe they're in relation to COVID and they're lockdown related, when restrictions will be lifted and so on. Or maybe they're in relation to promotions, such as Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, or even Easter promotions that we may see. We can choose which we want to include, which risks and opportunities we want to include in our scenarios, and you'll notice that as I'm making changes on that which I include, there's a real-time update in the numbers that we see in the charts that we're seeing. On the supply planning side, the key focus on this report is around capacity planning, and we're able to see very quickly and very clearly where our ending inventory is getting close to or below our safety stock target levels, and in that we can then make decisions on reorder quantities or reorder schedules or any other changes that we may want to make to enable us to meet that demand that we've just calculated on the previous pages. As we bring all of this together from our revenue piece, of course we have a whole section around OPEX and also CAPEX that we can pull in as well. And in doing so, we would bring that together from a reporting perspective in our reporting summary so that we can look at our integrated financial statements. Here with our summary income statement, balance sheet and cash flow, we can look in more detail at any of these, and if we choose the income statement, we can look in more detail here at our income statement, seeing the breakdown across each of the versions that we have, with a comparison version here in terms of budget versus scenario X. And we can break down that revenue and cost of sales, for example, through its channels, i.e. stores and online. In terms of analysis, as you'd imagine, we have comprehensive reporting around the comparison of versions or different time frames, or even between products or product categories. And in this case, we're comparing actuals and forecast with a breakdown of the variance that is due to operations and the variance that's due to FX, for example. So as a whistle-stop tour of what Anaplan can do, we're seeing that connected planning solution that is provided, connecting all of those functions across finance, S&OP, supply chain and otherwise. If you'd like a more in-depth demo or a more tailored solution, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching and stay safe.